Good evening, and thank you for joining us on this Saturday night. My name is Karli Barnett. We're here at the First Alert Desk, and we want to keep you posted on some of the news that we are covering tonight. All right, let's see. I'm a little more centered there. Looks like I'm a little short on the camera. If that's okay, hey. These updates are just to keep you posted on what we're working on, some updates to the newscast from earlier, as well as a look ahead at what we are watching tonight. So keep in mind, we have a newscast at 9 and 10 p.m. on Peachtree TV. You can also join us at 11 on CBS. And one of the stories that we are working on, it seems as though we have stories about this all the time, but this is the planned public safety training center in Atlanta. Opponents to it are launching this week of opposition. They're calling it a week of action to demonstrate their frustration about the project. Reporter Bridget Spencer has more on that. I'm going to play her story for you now. All right, there we go.
Training facility launched their week of action here at Brownwood Park. They tell me they're not backing down from their stance. Defend the Atlanta Forest activists continue to stand firm in their beliefs against the planned Atlanta Public Safety Training Facility.
We can continuously add more training, but there has been no changes to the effects of policing and the culture of policing.
After an 11-4 vote earlier this month, the Atlanta City Council approved funding for the multi-million-dollar facility. Daxton Pettis is strongly against the facility for both political and environmental reasons.
As a resident of DeKalb County and overall as a black man in America, we've continuously seen violence from the state, from police against people of color. We've seen the state try to overwrite history and even ignore history when it comes to taking the lands of others.
Opponents kicked off another week of action on Saturday at Brownwood Park. They plan to hold demonstrations and to gather in support of their movement against what they call Cop City. Supporters, however, believe the time has come for Atlanta to get an upgrade in training facilities.
The facts have said that when we prepare our men and women to respond to your living room, to your store, to your park, it's done in an environment that reflects the realism and reflects the first-class training that's needed to safely navigate those emergencies.
Now, this week of action is not new. In fact, they hold these every 3 months. They say this issue should be taken up with the voters. In Atlanta, Bridget Spencer, Atlanta News First.
All right, now we understand there has been a lot of back and forth regarding that public safety training center. You can read a lot more about it on atlantanewsfirst.com, or you can download our free app as well. We have plenty of stories regarding coverage on what comes next, how much it's going to cost, and the future plans. Something else that we're looking at tonight, take a look at this video. 3 teenagers were arrested in Clayton County. They're facing a list of charges for wrecking multiple cars. Clayton County police say 2 13-year-olds and a 14-year-old crashed cars in a gated area of College Park. Now, a 4th person was able to get away. 3 of the 4 cars were either a Kia or a Hyundai. Now, you'll remember that we have reported for months that a TikTok challenge has been blamed for a number of Kia and Hyundai thefts here in Georgia, not just in Georgia, but all across the country. So this video coming to us out of Clayton County, what we do know is that 3 teenagers have been charged, 3 young teenagers, 2 13-year-olds and a 14-year-old, and police say they are looking for one more juvenile in that case as well. Unfortunately, several people are without a home tonight after a fire at a DeKalb County apartment complex. This happened in Decatur. At least 15 people were impacted. This is after a fire at the Decatur Lofts Apartments. That's on Panthersville Road. Investigators say it appears that the fire started in a kitchen around 11 a.m. 6 units were impacted. The good news here is that nobody was hurt. Volunteers were on scene today to help those affected. And the Clayton County Police Department is doing a gun buyback event. This is something that we've seen other counties do as well, and they implemented it for themselves this year. All right, let's see if I can pull that video up for you here. Doesn't look like that video was available, but the Clayton County Police Department say that they're just doing their part. They were offering $25 for guns that were damaged or didn't have serial numbers. There were also $75 gift cards for handguns, $100 gift cards for rifles, and they say that they were able to buy back more than 50 firearms today. So just one effort that the Clayton County Police Department is doing to make sure those guns don't wind up in the wrong hands accidentally. Now, one other story that I'll go ahead and play for you. This is just something to remind you all this weekend. There is a little girl that needs a new heart. She has a very rare condition, and her mom reached out to Atlanta News First and is trying to make a plea for the public if there's anything you can do to help her daughter. I want to play that story for you now, and if you want to find out if you're a match, if you want to find out more about donating, you can go to our website, atlantanewsfirst.com. I apologize, guys. It doesn't look like we have the audio for that story. Hey, you know what? This is live. We're doing this live for you, but I encourage you to go to atlantanewsfirst.com. We have so many other stories that we're going to be working on. This is just a small sample of what we are focusing on for tonight. So turning our attention to outside, certainly looks beautiful out there. This is the type of view that we like to see, especially in time for the weekend. Cutter, we just had rain this week.
Yeah, when it wasn't raining, it was cloudy, but hey, a little cooler. It was kind of muggy, but that's the trade-off. We had a lot of rain, but some cooler temperatures. Now we have more sunshine, thus we're heating up. 88 at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport earlier today. We're going to push 90, probably get to 90 tomorrow. And tomorrow, as we heat up, we're going to have that chance of a few showers and thunderstorms back in the first alert forecast. So not a total washout by any stretch of the imagination. Nonetheless, we are tracking a greater chance of some showers and thunderstorms back in the first alert forecast. Again, thank you for tuning in to Atlanta News First Plus. Going to check in, monitor our live stream, our YouTube feed. If you have any weather questions, comments, concerns, just give me a holler, and I'll be reaching back out to you. We do have folks watching right now, and again, any weather questions, comments, concerns. Maybe you're watching Roku, Amazon Fire on those platforms, atlantanewsfirst.com, and the Atlanta News First app, First Alert Weather app, and you think of something that you need clarification on, you can go to Atlanta News First on YouTube, and you can like the stream or just straight up comment on the stream and get your question answered. And again, working hard here for you. And the First Alert Atlanta News First Alert Desk, working to get some graphics situated here. Just give me one moment. And in the meantime, let me know how you're doing, how your day was. Hopefully, it was very, very well. It went very, very well. We're just going to go ahead and actually dive into the graphics now. Here's the forecast, beginning with a setup, kind of a lead up to what's going on tomorrow. We're fairly quiet at the moment, though we'll take a closer look at First Alert radar here in just a couple minutes. But look at what's going on off to our north and west. Showers and thunderstorms lighting up across Iowa, Missouri, Illinois. And I know that seems like light years away, but it's really not when it comes to nature. And whatever develops up there will generally head south and southeast and get into our neck of the woods tomorrow. As far as what's going on locally back home at the moment, not too much. Right along that Chattooga and Floyd County line in East Alabama, we have a little shower, a little downpour actually, right over Galesville, and this is tracking off to the south and east over Kirks Grove and pushing off to the south and east towards Foster's Mill, the Cunningham community, Lindale, Western Floyd County, Rome, and possibly in a Cape Spring here over the next 30 to 45 minutes. Tiny shower, just enough heat out there to keep it going past sunset. Sun is officially, about to set. And with that, we'll see the loss of any real rain chance through the evening hours. So partly cloudy tonight. Taking you hour by hour through the overnight forecast, I am going to bring in a slight chance of rain, 10%. 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. By and large, though, we are dry overnight tonight. We're going to wake up to some mild temperatures tomorrow. In the city of Atlanta, we're going 69 to 70. For a morning low, so coolest point of the day, 7:30 or so in the morning. Not really that cool. Mid-60s Sugar Hill and 68 in Kennesaw, expanding the picture here up into Blairsville, 58. 63 Carrollton, west side a little cooler, 65 LaGrange. And we could, along with the mild temperatures, wake up to a few more clouds tomorrow morning. Let's roll the forecast model back. This is what a computer thinks radar will look like, and satellite. That's the white, the gray, where it says clouds will be. Tomorrow, and this is just one run of one computer model, but it's been very consistent with this idea. And it kind of matches the pattern. We're going to have a little ripple in the atmosphere move overhead, and by 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, could get a little bit of a spritz. I do think it'll certainly help allow some new cloud cover to develop, but mostly dry in the morning. Just a brief isolated shower, sprinkle or two, more likely a possibility in the morning. By and large, though, we are drying back out. 11 noon, we're good to go. And then as we get into the afternoon, first alert, showers and thunderstorms moving in from the north and the northwest. Hit or miss coverage. Not everyone is impacted by showers and thunderstorms. Nonetheless, if you do have plans tomorrow, let's say early to mid-afternoon, northwest side, mid to late afternoon in Atlanta, and early evening as far south and east as Eatonton, there is that risk of some rain and thunder interrupting your plans. Also a risk that one or two of these storms could become strong to severe tomorrow. Biggest threat would be gusty winds to about 60 miles an hour, and perhaps hail up to about the size of let's see if we can get that graphic. There we go, back in there. Hail up to about the size of quarters. Again, this is for your Sunday afternoon and early evening, mainly for Floyd and Chattooga counties, Cleburne County, over towards the Dallas community, really northwest of Dallas. That 2 out of 5 yellow shading, that's where the risk of stronger storms is greater and a few severe storms is greater. In Atlanta, 1 out of 5 risk. It's not 0, but it is relatively low, something we'll be keeping an eye on. Well, a little disturbance moving through, showers and thunderstorms arriving in the heat of the day. There will be energy for showers and thunderstorms to tap into and to utilize. So wind, hail, low risk, yeah, but could be a couple storms producing gusts of 60, quarter-size hail. Risk of a tornado, very, 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 very low, just north of 0. And flooding, not a big concern because, yes, the rain could be torrential in a couple spots. But these downpours, these showers and storms will be moving at a quick enough clip, I think, to keep the risk of any significant flooding, even significant street flooding, keep it rather low tomorrow. And, of course, that is some good news. Ristu Fidelis, we have a person from Brazil watching. Hopefully you have nice weather down there, of course, close to the equator. So weather's a little stagnant all year, depending on what part of the country you're in. But you all are now officially in winter south of the equator. So hoping that weather's good down your way. Not too bad up here, but we are tracking that risk of a few showers and thunderstorms becoming strong to severe tomorrow. Again, not a washout. Do not cancel the plans. Just be a little more aware than on a normal sunny day for the weather. Be aware of the weather, I should say. And here's the poolcast, kind of case in point here. As we get into the afternoon, it's going to be heating up. UV index very high still, even with some more clouds around. Level 9, make sure you're applying and reapplying that sunscreen. And then we have the first alert, early to mid-afternoon, going to last through early evening. Showers and thunderstorms moving through. Not everyone is impacted by storms, but your chance is greater west side, state line communities, Cleburne, Randolph counties in Alabama tomorrow, and then on up towards Rome, Floyd County, Chattooga County, early to mid-afternoon. That's where the greatest chance of scattered downpours will be. And if you live in Clayton, up in Rabun County, if you live in Athens, your chance is very, very low, less than 30 to 40%. Probably you will have a dry Sunday, but some of us impacted by some quick-moving storms, so just a heads up, may have to pause the plans for a bit, head in. If you're outside for an extended period of time, especially in the location I just mentioned, the west side, have a plan B, just in case. Maybe some more storms Monday, though. Data trending a little drier, kind of an uncertain forecast, but we're going to keep that chance of showers and thunderstorms in the outlook, but we may be paring that back even more, so just a heads up, we may actually see improving conditions Monday. I think certainly northern half of the area drier Monday, especially daytime hours, and then we're all dry. Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to heat up eventually 90 Thursday and lower 90s Friday, Saturday, someday to mid-90s as we get into the weekend, but we'll have to see how that weather pattern evolves, and we'll fine-tune the forecast talking about the heat next week, tomorrow's storm chance, even more importantly, we're going to be chatting about that coming up here in just a few minutes, in about 30 minutes, on Atlanta News First on Peachtree TV at 9 p.m. We'll have a 10 o'clock hour, and then back on WANF at 11 o'clock. Full forecast, you can always get it as well at Atlanta News First app, First Alert Weather app, and at AtlantaNewsFirst.com. Wishing you a wonderful rest of your Saturday. If I don't chat with you, if we don't talk weather tomorrow, have a good rest of your weekend, and we'll see you again next week.